Great follow-up. Denny, you're next. Thanks.
Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm Danny Schneider, Take Action Leader from Woodbury. The questions you've dealt with so far deal with your core values and beliefs and how they relate to the visions articulated in the movement book. But you need to win to move these things forward. So I'd like to focus on your plan to win. I've been an elected official in the city council. I've been a campaign manager where we successfully beat the Republican state representative and then won re-election. Successful candidates usually have some critical differentiator, coupled with some unique campaign strategy. The candidate I worked with had an advanced academic degree. Another House candidate in our area was a popular, well-known teacher of the year. Their campaigns were designed specifically to leverage those unique attributes and skills, and they were successful. So, John, we know you'll work hard. We know you'll bring a great team together. We know you'll hone and refine your message, that you'll do all of the things expected of a good campaign. But besides these, what makes your candidacy unique and different from past losing campaigns? What special qualifications or qualities? And what accompanying campaign strategy will make you a winner?
Thank you. I appreciate the chance to answer this one because, again, I hear it more people say, John, I love your vision, I love your courage in standing up for this, I love your agenda, but because of that, I'm not sure you can win. And I think that's a question of having faith in what we believe in. When John Kerry, the anti-war protester, decided to out-hawk George Bush on the war because he knew his views could never sell to the public. So he takes something you know he doesn't believe in. That's not the way you persuade people. You start with what you believe. And if you have the courage of your convictions, you might be able to persuade others. And I think that's critically important. And this one hits particularly hard with me because I'm one of the candidates who has lost the governor's race, and I lost big. In the year that Democrats got clobbered across the country, the Gingrich contract on America, and I have won. I mean, those votes on tax policy, early work on LGBT work, now it's becoming popular. I think all the candidates are saying this is a good thing now. But when I introduced those bills in the past, when I fought for those fights in the past, I won in my district, which as of last redistricting still had a 4.5% Republican index. I've won 60+% of the time, picking up Republican and Democratic and independent votes. And I think it actually is the same reason Paul Wellstone won. It wasn't by ducking on the issues, it was people knew he stood for what he believed in, and he fought for the little guy. He was honest with it. And on top of that, the Independence Party, the thing that they started, Eric was working on campaign finance reform when I first met him. And the Independence Party precursors, they were all sitting in the room because they cared about taking special interest money out. People overwhelmingly care about them. I think those issues, I think it's the character, I think it's the courage of the convictions that make Paul Wellstone a winner. How do we do it? What's the strategy? The bottom line is every one of the candidates could raise the $2.5 million by the election time. Campaigns are going to spend. There's going to be a lot of money spent outside of that. But it's not the money that's going to win, it's the people power. You have to have, and what I need is take action and renew Minnesota, and you're organizing and everything else. And it's not just organizing, but it's organizing around a vision that'll get people excited. North Minneapolis, some of the low-income communities, people aren't going to come out to vote unless they feel there's a chance to make a difference. Fighting for a $6.50 an hour minimum wage increase to $6.75 an hour, well, you can't make it on $9.50 an hour. That's not going to inspire you. I ran out of time. I could keep. I'll make a long follow-up.
You ended on the note of inspiring, and it went down. So I'm going to allow you a chance to pick it back up. So you talked about your lifelong commitment to this renewed vision. And as you said, you lost in 1994. No doubt running on that vision. So this is an abstract question for you. How do you do it differently so this time you can?
Sure. Two things. One, I was 15 years ahead of my time, and the time has come now. We talked about LGBT marriage back then. It wasn't the winner. I know that. I had to do it because it was the right thing to do. And same thing with single-payer health care. Those are issues that can make a change. After 8 years of Pawlenty and 8 years of Bush, That's the reason Barack Obama, who had no chance of winning, had a chance of winning, because people were fed up with what happened. They could change it. And the other thing is, back then, 1994, you remember the primary afterwards and the divisive time, and the party never did unite. The party wouldn't admit this. They thought divided we stand is the way we win. But it's divided we fall, and united we stand, and it's by organizing, it's by what you put together in the past number of months that we can pull it together and win. You have to have that vision, and you have to organize around it. And I learned back then, when the party pushes you around, you push back. I've learned, I've got some gray hair out of this thing, but I've learned, I've had a lot of fights with the captain, and I have won. Because of that, that's why I win in a district. We really have too much power.